Hello, you're welcome to the Scholarship Hub. My name is Emmanuel and I'm on a mission to assist you to realize your full potential through academic scholarships, job opportunities abroad, and as well as to impact lives through charity projects. In today's video, we are looking at the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarships. And this scholarship offers an opportunity to study a 2-year master's degree in a low or a middle income Commonwealth country. And it is aimed at students who are committed to creating change in their communities. Application window is currently open and closes on the 24th of May. So the scholarship is going to cover a fully funded tuition fees, living allowance or a stipend for the duration of the award, a return economic flights ticket to the host country, and a one-off arrival allowance. There's also a research support grant upon request. Now let's look at the eligibility criteria. So this scholarship is open for all citizens or those who hold refugee status in a Commonwealth country. There are 2 application cycles for this scholarship. For courses that will start in October, you're going to hear from the selection panel in July. And for courses that will start in January or February, you're going to hear from the selection panel in October. That is the previous year prior to when you're about to start your master's program. For every application cycle, there are specific universities and specific master's programs you can apply to. So when you're about to make an application, ensure to go through all these universities and the specific courses or master's program before you go ahead and make an application. Once you've gone through the list and you've selected your course of interest, let's say you've selected MSc Biology as the course of your interest at the University of South Pacific. Whilst you are making the admissions application, you go ahead and you apply for the scholarship as well. When you click on Apply Now, it should take you to this scholarship application portal. And once again, we are being reminded that deadline for this application is on the 24th of May. And to be eligible to apply for this scholarship, you need to be a citizen or have been granted a refugee status by a Commonwealth country other than the country hosting the award. So make sure you do not apply for a university in your home country. It should be from a different Commonwealth country. And applicants must have completed an undergraduate degree and at least have a 2-1 equivalent. If you have queries about how to apply, you are being advised to visit the frequently asked questions page, where they've answered a lot of questions that has previously been asked. So this page is asking about your nationality, if you have a dual nationality or dual citizenship, and if you have indeed completed an undergraduate degree. You are being asked the university you are applying for, so you go ahead and you select the university. This page is asking for your personal and contact details, so you go ahead and you fill in all these spaces that has been provided. Page 4 of 11 is asking about your academic and employment record, so you go ahead and you fill in all these spaces and ensure to select the correct dates. You are asked to upload your academic certificates. Make sure your file is less than 2 megabytes and it's either JPEG, JPG, PNG or PDF. On page 5 of 11, there are some special essays that we need to submit, and we are going to look at how best we can write these essays in a bit. On this same page, ensure that the university you selected is the one showing here. Initially, we selected University of South Pacific, and that's what we are saying. After selecting the course title, this question is asking you if you have already applied to the university or had any contact with a staff member. So if you have applied for this course at the university, you select yes and you provide further details. If you haven't, you select no and you go ahead with the application, but make sure you go back and you apply for that specific course from the university website. Now this is the first essay we need to submit for the scholarship, and we are being given 200 to 400 words maximum to write this first essay. With a plan of study, let's look at how best we can answer these questions in bullet points. Why have you chosen to study this course? What specific features of the course you find interesting? Answer this question by talking about your area of interest and why it is important to you. So with the specific features of the course, you can mention some few modules of the course that you think it relates to your interest, and that is why you've chosen this course. Why do you want to undertake this course at this institution and in this country? So you can consider some of the school's strengths, the awards they've gotten so far. Are they good in research? Their accurate ranking scores? Is there a faculty member whose research interest aligns with yours? If the master's program comes with a certain type of internship, and maybe that's where your interest is, you can also mention that as well. So with the country, you can talk about how the country is known for their rich culture, some cultural practices you'd love to observe in person, how the country is known for its peace and stability, and all these are going to help you to have a peace of mind to study. What have you done to research your chosen university? You can talk about the school's website. You got a lot of information from the school's website. Maybe a bit of information from the educational ranking bodies such as the QS ranking scores or the Times Higher Education, or maybe from the university's social media handles or student alumni reviews on blogs and websites. How is this course relevant to your future career plans? You can talk about your medium term, your short term, and your long term goals, and how best this course is going to equip you with the knowledge and the skills you need for the future goals or the future plans you have for yourself. Explain how your previous studies and experiences make you a suitable candidate for this course. You need to state what course and which university you studied for your undergraduate studies, and you highlight some of the modules that you did in your undergraduate studies. Also, how those modules relate to this master's program you intend to do. With experiences, you can talk about some research experiences you've gotten from your undergraduate studies and some internships you engage yourself in, the skills you've gained from those internships. If you have also worked after your undergraduate studies, you can also talk about some work experiences you've gained. Have you been engaging yourself in continuous professional development? You can mention how all of these have equipped you and positioned you well for this master's program that you're about to do. So statement 2 talks about the development, impact, and post-study outreach. For this essay, we've been given 300 to 500 words maximum. Let's look at how we can answer these questions in the bullet points. Describe briefly one challenge or problem in your country that you would like to address. How do you hope to contribute to addressing this? So you need to be specific with this problem. Is it maternal mortality you're looking at? Is it teenage pregnancy? Is it poor sanitation? Try and be specific. You can talk about the negative effects or the severity of this problem you've identified. You can do that by relating it to your personal experience or some data that has been provided by the government or your community. Don't forget to mention what your country is trying to do in order to help solve this problem and what limitations or the gaps or the challenges you think they are currently facing in the attempt to addressing these problems. Next question, how will your proposed study help you contribute towards a solution to this challenge? Here you can go back to the master's program you intend to do, look at some few modules, and think of how best these modules will be able to equip you with some knowledge and some skills that you think it's going to be needed or will help you in addressing this problem you've identified. What skills do you expect to gain from this scholarship? You can talk about some research skills, including literature search, data analysis, data collection, some networking and collaboration skills. These are all going to help to position you well to be able to engage in all the activities that you intend to do post-study, especially the problem you've identified and how well you want to address it. How will you apply or share the knowledge and skills gained on award with your local community and or wider Commonwealth when you return home? So with this, you can talk about how you're going to work with maybe an NGO or maybe a company to contribute your knowledge and your skills in helping to address the problem you've identified earlier. Are you going to organize some conferences or some workshops to train and equip others with the knowledge and skills you've gained to help in mitigating or solving the problem you've identified? You can also talk about how you are going to collaborate with other scholars to engage in some projects that you think is going to help in the wider Commonwealth countries. You can talk about these in a short term or a long term or a medium term goal to have that good structure for this essay. After the development, impact, and post-study outreach, we move on to the sustainable development goals. So which of the UN sustainable development goals does the subject you are studying most align to? So you go through all these 17 SDGs and you select one or more than one that best aligns with the subject that you are going to study. How does your work relate to the Sustainable Development Goals selected above? So to best answer this question, make sure you are also staying within 150 to 200 words. So briefly explain what the Sustainable Development Goals are, and explain how the skills or the knowledge that you're going to get from your studies is going to help position you well for you to be able to engage in your post-study activities and engagements, and how best these activities and engagements will contribute or help you in achieving the SDG outcomes or what the SDG seeks to accomplish. Now let's talk about the last essay, creating networks. Explain how you have developed professional networks. This can be through academic studies, hobbies, work experience, volunteering involvement in social, cultural, or Commonwealth organizations. Here you can explain briefly what networking means to you and how networking has helped you to achieve a specific task or goal. And you can structure this by answering what was the problem or the situation and what were you meant to do in that situation. What steps did you have to take? Did you have to reach out to some individuals? Or did you have to bring some few people together? Conclude that by talking about what you achieved based on the steps you took in that situation. Don't forget to mention some platforms you used as well. Did you engage in conferences, or was it a direct contact? Was it social media? Or it was a workplace? Did you have to meet some community members? Talk about the significant impacts you achieved. How best can you measure that impact? How might you develop these connections further during your international study experience? Talk about how you're going to connect with your lecturers, your faculty, or your department members, or how you're going to create a community, or how you're going to involve yourself in societies on campus, such as research groups or sustainable development focus groups, and what you intend or what you hope to achieve by connecting or being part of these communities. You can talk about how these networks will enable skill collaboration and knowledge in order to help fulfill your goals after your master's program. And don't forget, we are being given a word count of 200 to 400 words maximum. So these are the requirements for the references you need to submit. It should be written on a headed paper, be addressed Dear Sir or Madam, and it should contain a detailed explanation of the applicant's capacity to benefit from the proposed course of study. Also, there should be a mention of the applicant's ability to deliver development impact after they've completed their master's program. And these must be provided by an academic referee or a current employer, a community leader, or voluntary organization. So make sure you have given these bits of information to your referee for you to stand a better chance of winning the scholarship. And these reference letters need to be uploaded, so you need to contact your referees for them to send it back to you so that you can upload for this application process. Privacy and confirmation, you read through and you type in your name to confirm that you've read through everything. You'll be asked to indicate how you first heard about the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship, so you select that. And you'll be taken to this review page for you to go through all the information you've provided to ensure that everything is correct. And once you've gone through everything and you think you've provided all the necessary information and there are no mistakes, you go ahead and you click on Submit Application. I wish you all the best in your application. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one.